So if you missed episode 1, that's completely okay, as it was just a tutorial episode where I made the character, and I was talking about how cool it'd be to play as a little kid and run around and kill stuff, and apparently you can start out as a little kid. I also decided to completely redo the character creation, as playing as a Viking we would not want much writing, and yesterday I think we had like 3 points in writing. Though I did completely change it up, I do still want to go for a two-handed playthrough, so we're going to put 1 extra focus point into two-handers. And basically the way focus points work is characters earn 1 every time they level up, and putting points into two-hander is going to allow us to learn the skill quicker. As a Viking raider, we're also spec'd a bit into throwing. It wasn't completely intentional, it's just that a lot of the choices I was choosing at the start was giving us bonuses to throwing, and I thought it would be kind of cool to be a throwing weapon using Viking. Since we already have 35 attribute points in throwing, we can unlock the first throwing ability, Steady Hand, which gives us 15% increased accuracy with throwing weapons. I also decided to spec a bunch into Roguery, and this is a really cool skill for a Viking raider. Since we spec so much in it and we have 45 attribute points in it already, we can unlock either Raiding Party, which is 10% faster village raids, or Eye for Loot, 5% more loot from village raids. I would say probably faster village raids, as when you're raiding villages you're very susceptible to be getting ambushed by enemies, so I think faster raids would probably be better. In the character creator you can't put points into exactly what you want, so we have an extra point in athletics, tactics, charm, and trade, and these things are actually all useful. We'll go more into them later on. On second thought, I tested it out, and playing as a kid seems really buggy. I don't think it's intended, and so we're actually going to play as an adult. First thing we're going to do this episode is head over to Poros, and we're going to see if we can grab some combat equipment. It looks like they do have 3 throwing harpoons, and we'll pick up 2 of these, as well as this simple Sparth axe, and that's pretty much all of our money. Just with this stuff though, that does exceed our inventory capacity. However, if we put it into our weapon slot, we're actually good. Let's also dump off our old weapons, and with that we're going to pay 689 total. So we start down here at Poros, and we're going to want to make our way all the way up here to the snow area. It's going to be quite the journey, and as we head up there we have this artifact and we need to ask people about it. And I was thinking a good place to start would be to ask people around the taverns. Now they're not telling me anything about my artifact, but they do tell me something about Clever Jithia, who apparently is a gang leader. That sounds like someone that we'd really like to have a part of the party. She was last seen at Poros today. There's also this girl at the tavern, Ro the Wronged. What is it, stranger? Who are you? I'm Durin. Let's skip the pleasantries and get right down to business. 1100. Oh, we can't afford that just now, but maybe we can farm it up and get back here before she leaves the tavern. We ran into this girl Clever Jithia, and she needs help for an attack on, I believe it's another merchant. We have to meet her back here at Poros after 3 days, and hopefully that'll give us enough time to farm up that 1100 that we need so that we can recruit that companion. After patrolling around the city, we ran into this group of 12 looters, and we're gonna try to solo them. The thing with these looters is most of them don't even have throwing weapons. Well, I guess a couple of them have rocks, it looks like. And ooh, one just hit our mount for 9 blunt damage, I guess, which actually apparently was not that much. Our mount health is still pretty much full. I think the plan here is we're just gonna keep our distance until they throw all of their throwing rocks at us, because yeah, as long as we're moving quickly and we're keeping our distance, they seem really inaccurate. Alright, they're all out of rocks for the most part, and now we're gonna start harpooning them. Okay, we just completely missed. We cannot be whipping like that. Kind of weird, like you gotta angle it like a certain way. And we hit that guy in the abdomen for 86 piercing damage. Did not kill him though. Throw a shot maybe. Oh, we ran into a tree. That was close. Oh, that's another tree. I think the play here is we get kind of far back and then we wind up a headshot. That's not a headshot. There we go. That's a headshot. 246 damage to the head, and that guy is not getting back up. And we gained a level up, 141 pierce damage to the shoulder. I think we're now using our better harpoons, and actually I don't even know if we need to get headshots to kill these guys. Yeah, okay, well that was a headshot for 246 piercing damage again, but I'm pretty sure since we're now using the upgraded harpoons we bought, and we ran all out of the fish harpoons, we can now one-shot these unarmored looters. Yeah, okay, 141 pierce to the shoulder, 151 to the chest. And okay, that's enough for these guys to be running now. We're gonna chase these guys down. And you're dead. You're dead. No, you're not dead actually. Now you're dead. 3 of you guys left, but I have 4 harpoons. And yeah, I'm sorry. Can I hit him while he's moving? Probably. And I hit him in the butt, but I actually didn't kill him. 98 piercing damage. Ah, okay, fail. Well, we're just gonna have to finish these guys off the good old-fashioned way. And, oh, okay. No, wait, I don't want to leave the area. Unfortunately, the guy I hit at the end with a throwing weapon got out because he actually had pretty good armor. After winning that, we took 5 looters as prisoner. And speaking of armor, we got a good amount of loot. And these leather shoes are actually an upgrade. We'll equip those. These 2 looters are running away, but wait, they wanted to engage us? I mean, I guess they do have the numbers advantage, 2v1, but unfortunately we have throwing weapons. And oops, I need to take the fish harpoons out of the main slot because yeah, I don't even like using these things. They don't do much damage. These ones one shot though, for the most part. After winning that, we got some more loot and we have exceeded our inventory capacity. The wine is apparently very heavy, as is this grain, which we don't really need the grain now I think about it. Let's just dump the grain and keep the wine because yeah, we don't have any troops to feed. There's also a group of 13 looters over here, but we currently don't have any inventory space. We're gonna head over to Zionica and dump everything off, and doing that's gonna give us 246. At Zionica's tavern, they have this girl Ira the Wanderer who costs 1371. Comparing stats, Ira the Wanderer seems to be much better than Ro the Wronged. She has way higher proficiency in everything that's not crossbows, and even with crossbows, she's only got 10 less. And though she is a bit more expensive, we'll definitely try to farm for her. And speaking of money, ooh, here's a pack of 10 looters. Before we engage these guys, we're now level 3, and so we have 2 extra focus points we can spend. Though we eventually do want to be a two-handed wielding beast, I think for now we're going to spec into throwing, and doing that's going to allow us to learn the throwing skill at 11 times rate. I feel like focusing on the throwing skill is better for now because we have a lot of throwing weapons, and we can pretty much one-shot these guys with throwing weapons. And I feel like throwing is going to be really OP, especially in the early game. Oop, that's a headshot. Yeah, you got throwing weapons. I got throwing weapons too, buddy. See if we can hit these guys from long range. Oh, no. Oh, that's a headshot in the back of the head. Ouchies. Another headshot, I guess. All right, we got some more loot, and this time we're not having any trouble carrying it. And here's one more group of 10 looters that we'll take out before we sell stuff off. Oh, wow. I actually got hit. 10 blunt damage to the chest. Another hit. Ooh, 13 blunt damage. That's gonna leave a mark. Hit him with a fish harpoon to the neck though. So yeah, I did kill him. Fish harpoon's pretty much only one shot if it's to the head because yeah, they only do like 60 damage. I don't know, I guess that other one was a shoulder hit and yeah, that's a headshot. This guy is, man, all of his comrades have fallen and he's not running. Commendable. Not smart. That time we got a looter prisoner as well as we got way more loot. We can't carry it all, but we'll just dump this grain. It doesn't sell for much. And with that, we may actually have enough money to pick up this companion at Zionica. We sell literally everything. That is going to bring us up to 1296. Not quite enough. After we take out this group of 13 looters, we should have enough though. Last 2 from downtown. Oh, he actually tagged me. How dare you? We gotta actually two-hand these guys. Oh, that's a headshot. And that's another headshot. We captured 3 looters, and by the way, we've been selling these guys off. They only sell for 5 a pop. Not the best prisoners, but a good amount of loot, and we can't actually carry it all. Let's dump this grain again. And after selling all that off, we get 407, which is definitely enough for the companion, who thankfully is still here. I can use somebody like you in my company. Very well, I'm going to need 1370 to settle up some debts though. Can you pay? Which is weird actually, because last time I talked to her, I'm almost certain it was over 1400, which is pretty cool. In Warband, I'm pretty sure all companions had a fixed cost, but the fact that she's just chilling in the tavern and her debt amount goes up and down seems pretty realistic. Like if she's gambling a lot, the amount of money she needs would change. So yeah, that's cool. And with that, there goes most of our money, but we do now have Ira the Wanderer, a really decent companion. Here's her skill page, and as you can see, she's much better at combat than we are. She seems really decent with two-hander as she has 5 focus points in it. Since she has 150 proficiency with two-hander, she has a lot of good upgrades like more HP, garrison max size 10 if she's the governor. Two-handed weapons with more than 100 speed get 1% higher speed and 2% higher damage, so I guess we want to give her a quicker two-hander. She's notorious, and that increases our party renown gain by 10% after battles. That's actually pretty nice. Her cut damage is increased by 3%, and two-handed weapons cause 30% more morale loss, which I'm not sure exactly how that works. While you're hitting someone, can their morale go down and they'll run? Or if you kill someone with a two-hander, that's going to cause more morale loss to the people that are still fighting. She's got 5 focus points in two-handed, so she learns that a lot quicker, as well as she has 5 focus points in bows. We may want to get her a bow so she can get her bow skill up. She does start with a pretty good amount at 115, and she has 4 upgrades. Marksmen increases her accuracy with bows by 10%. Strong pull allows her to hold her aim for 15% longer, and I think what this means is when you're firing a bow, each time you pull back the quiver, you can only hold it for so long before you start losing accuracy. So I guess essentially this just increases the amount of time you can aim with the bow. Forest Hunter gives us 0.5 extra food in forests, and a large quiver gives her 3 extra arrows per quiver, which seems really good, although Mounted Archer seems really good as well. Can use any bow on horseback. In Warband, you can only use certain bows on horseback, and I can only imagine using like the best bows on horseback. That would seem really broken. She does also have a decent amount of riding skill with 2 riding, and oh, why does she have spare throwing weapon? Your throwing weapons will have +1 quantity if you start the battle on horseback, or she could have spare arrows. Your quivers will have 3 extra arrows when you enter the battle on horseback. Why would you not have spare arrows? You're an archer. You only have 1 in throwing. Like, who decided that this was a good idea? At least she does have sharpshooter, which gives her 15% more accuracy while on horseback, but again, she has cavalry, 10% less penalty to melee on horseback, which she could have mounted archer, 10% less penalty to ranged weapons on horseback, although this one's not as bad because she does have a decent amount of two-handed. As Yannicka, we can buy her a relatively cheap step bow for only 150, plus I guess only 1 quiver, because that will leave us enough money to buy a desert horse, which is actually way better than the horse we're using. It has only 200 HP versus our horse has 260, but it has 54 speed versus ours only has 34 speed. Picking up the horse also increases our inventory capacity, by the way, plus 20 for spare mounts, although then again that does go away after giving the mount to Ira. But yeah, she's now got a mount as well as a step bow with some arrows. The only thing now is she has this iron spatha, which is not that good. We want to find her a two-hander since she's got 5 focus points in two-handed, and speaking of focus points, we did get a level up, and now we're going to start putting focus points into two-handed, and we also got some extra two-handed skill. I'm thinking we want to go for the extra HP maybe. Hit points increase by 3%, or we get 1.5% extra two-handed damage. Since we're hybrid and we're not only using two-handed, I think the extra HP would be a better choice. We also now got 50 in throwing skill, and that unlocks this ability Skullcrusher, 20% increased damage on headshots delivered using throwing weapons. So exactly 3 days ago, Clever Jaithia said that we should come back in 3 days so we can do her quest. Error, comment string variable has not been set before. About the task you gave me. Apparently we are too early. Alright, after waiting a few hours, apparently she's now ready. And here we go. Unfortunately, we cannot use our two-hander in town, nor can we use our throwing weapons. We have to use this crappy one-hander. This looks like some kind of Gangs of New York type of thing. Oh, this is cool. Coming to fight me, eh? Did Clever Jaithia put you up to this? Look, there's no need for bloodshed. This town is big enough for all of us, but if bloodshed is what you want, I'll be happy to provide. You're gonna pay me a lot, 940 dinars? Nah, I can't be bought. We're fighting these guys, and okay, Ira is just destroying. Oh, and she got knocked out. And I'm down. Oh, are we gonna win? Nope. Oh, that's what we did save, and we're gonna try to actually do something this fight and kind of distract. Oh, I'm gonna get tagged though, that's not good. Oh, this guy's a beast. Holy crap, I think he's a beast, or like I do no damage with a one-hander. Oh, okay, it's like 2v, I think Ira's still up, so it's like 2v1. And yeah, Ira and me are the last ones standing. Pretty sure you're supposed to bring more men to that fight, or it's possible. I mean, our companion was able to show up. And just like that, we won the battle first try. Here, take this purse, you deserve it. For taking out Slowhand Lunata, we're only given 470, but if we take the bribe, we're given 940. And the thing is, we do have a decent amount of roguery, and taking bribes would actually increase it, I believe. So I did load a separate save, and let's see what happens if we try to take this bribe. Welcome to our ranks then, let's kill those bastards. Hey! Oh. Wait, is our companion on this side too? Yeah, she actually was. And yeah, we won the battle. I did absolutely nothing. And yeah, we just got 940 for that. Since we backstabbed Clever Jaithia, we now have -5 relation with her, but we have 5 relation with Slowhand Lunata now. They're both gang leaders, but Slowhand Lunata has much more power. She's influential at 169, whereas Clever Jaithia is only regular at 72. So one would think we would want more relation with Slowhand Lunata, and we get more money. Well, now we're almost at 1k, which is pretty close to being able to afford Row the Wronged. After waiting around a day to heal up, we did run into a group of 6 looters, and this might be enough. Everyone just charge, I guess. Can you kite? Looks like she can kite. Horse Archer AI is not too bad here, or so it would appear. In Warband, Horse Archer AI is really bad. Horse Archers usually just end up charging in. Yeah. After selling off all the loot, we're really close. Maybe we'll sell Ira's Iron Spatha. She's not really that good with that thing anyways, and yeah, that's enough. Ro apparently only needs 1120 now. What was it, like 1200 before? She's been doing pretty good in her gambling exploits, and yeah, we'll pick her up. Overall, Ro's not nearly as good as Ira, but she does have a bit of roguery, 2 points in it, and she starts with Eye for loot, 5% more loot from village raids. We already have raiding party on the main character, and I believe these abilities stack together. She's also got 4 focus points in polearms, and she's got like Horse Killer, for example, 70% more damage to horses. So yeah, she can kill horses, as the talent says. That seems pretty useful, as well as she's standard bearer, 15% more morale to troops in formation at the start of the battle, and she's got 3% extra HP, all good stuff. And with that, I think we're gonna end the episode. In the next episode, we'll start making the trek back to our homeland, as we want to be fighting in the snow because we get a speed bonus for fighting in the snow. Expect the next episode pretty soon, and with that, I want to thank you all for watching. I will see you then.